this area exposed, but literally pressing down onto the front of the shoulders is really nice, okay? As with all of the techniques, you need to do it for long enough. If you do it for a short time, it's just not going to have any effect. So you need to actually stay there for a little while and maybe just use your body to lean into either side. And that way you can also feel the quality of the shoulders and how much tension there is on the front of the shoulder from the pectoral area. So it will tell you how tight their shoulder is at the front. Is that recording okay? Mm-hmm. So some of this is going to be a little bit similar to working on the upper back. You can see the shapes the same, right? If you've got a woman, you might want the woman to bring the straps down from the bra, because then you can flow more easily. If not, you sometimes have to work around these things. But what I wanted to show you is a really nice kind of flowing from the centre of the chest here, out, round, and through. Down. You can come down the arms a little bit, round, and I'm just going to hook under and come through. All right? And do it again. So my pressure is down and out, so I'm over on top of this now so that my hands glide out. I'm going to turn the hands around, bring the hands under, cup, under, and then just pull through. Yeah. That's spread the oil nicely, but it's also opened up the shoulders.
No, I need to know your pleasure.
You need to know my what?
Pleasure.
My pleasure. And here comes another video. My pressure. You want to know how much pressure I'm using?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that will depend on the person's body. So Rob's body is giving nicely here. So I can actually just really use my weight down on there. And I can feel that there's flexibility in the shoulders here, and it feels like there's enough give for me to really lean into that. If I didn't have someone as flexible, I might need to adjust that. So you really have to govern how much pressure you use with the person that's in front of you, okay? And you can just do the upper arms a little bit as well, using whatever. But I wanted to show you how to knuckle into the pectoral area. So you can use your knuckles in this pectoral muscle.
Is that technique okay for women as well?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So with someone who's large-breasted, the breast tissue tends to come up quite high. So you're going to need to be a little careful that you don't go into the breast tissue and that you're actually working on the pectoral area. So if this was a woman, I might just focus in here. But this is really useful to open up the chest area. And a gentle sometimes, because this area can be a little bit sore. And I might actually get between the ribs as well with my fingers, or my thumbs. I'm just working there. It's just a nice, I just wanted to add that in at this point because it's quite nice, I think. Is that quite nice? Yeah, good. And then I'm going to come into the neck. What are we going to do with the neck? We can do loads of things with the neck, but what we have to watch is how we move the neck and how mobile somebody is. So it seems to me his head's going to easily go that way. So I'm just doing effleurage, effleurage, effleurage. Notice the body use. Notice if I'm pulling through, then I need to be behind it. Okay? And I'm going to let his head rest the other way and come the other way. Can I just move around?
Are you taking his head rather than him, or is he bringing his head over?
It's just happening effortlessly. That's why I know it's safe to do that. And I can hook my fingers. You might need to go round here so that you can see. I'm going to hook my fingers around. I'm this side of the spine, and I'm just hooking and through, coming through there. Okay? Hooking and coming through. All right, you got that?
So just with your fingers?
Just with my fingers. I'm hooking around the muscles and gently pulling through. If I want to, I can use his head as a counter strain.
How does that feel, Rob?
I feel like that my muscles are quite tender.
Yeah, they are. A little bit sore. Is that too much? You're all
No,
right.
it's fine.
Okay, good. So he has a little bit of tension in there. So
When you do this, are you kind of like... You're just
I'm
pushing it
bracing
from- Yeah.
the head so that I can pull through a little bit more on the neck. Okay? When wouldn't you do any work like this on the neck?
Or is this?
Hey? Yeah, somebody, particularly with rheumatoid arthritis, that between the first and the second vertebrae, the atlas and the axis, there's a little peg that comes through, and that's how your head rotates, okay? Sometimes that's very fragile, so you have to be a little bit careful with somebody with rheumatoid arthritis particularly. Anybody with more of a kind of wear and tear in their neck, they may have cervical spondylosis or cervical spondylitis. These are conditions that leave them a little bit more fragile around the neck area, so you might want to be careful with that. Anybody with, what else? Yes.
If, for example, you have a tense here, how to push with the finger? I mean,
Oh, give me a chance. Let me show you what I'm going to do, and then if I haven't shown you what you want to know, then we'll go into it, okay? But this is enough pressure for him around this area of the neck. I can feel it's tight. I've got a tight band of muscle there, and I'm just literally rolling over that. But what other condition might be a little bit of a no-no with
Osteoporosis.
osteoporosis? Why?
Just the crumbly bones.
So you need to know where the osteoporosis is. Yes? Okay. And the other thing I would say is whiplash. You need to be careful with people with a whiplash injury, particularly if it's a fairly recent thing. So I'm using my fingers. It's hard for you to see this, but I'm using my fingers. I'm coming underneath, doing exactly what we did with the skeleton. I'm finding that groove and using my fingertips to just pull through.
Can I just ask another contraindication? If someone's had a dislocation of either of their shoulders,
Okay.
that was obviously not a neck dislocation. Shoulders, would that also be, you'd have to be quite wary on twisting because of the...
No, usually you're fine. It's the shoulder mobility, so it's moving the arm that's going to be more difficult with
So
that.
the neck.
So the neck's fine. I don't think you'd have to worry with that. But what you would need to be careful of is people with prolapsed discs in the neck, and some people have surgery, things like that. Okay, so, there are some reasons that it's not okay. So I'm moving on the other side. So if you didn't see that properly, I'm just literally pulling through on there. Okay?
Or the spine.
I'm just coming over the erector muscles of the spine there. Yeah. Okay, you can't really see that from there. And then with the head straight, I'm going to do lots more of this pulling through. I happen to be very lazy, and I sit a lot. If you're going to sit and work on the neck, you need to be forward on your chair so that you have full movement, so your body's still moving and you're using your body in the same way. But from this position, I'm not just lazy. You thought I was. I can actually use my fingers more and work up into the neck. So all I'm doing now is pressing up, like you did on the skeleton, using those vertebrae, and I'm actually going between them, and I'm going to rock gently between them. I might just twist one side and the other just to feel what that's like. And this is a bit like a stepping action along the transverse processes. I know that working on the neck, you're a little bit nervous.
I was just about to say that moving like that was petrifying.
Okay, I know that. So I want to show you the potential of some of the movements, but it might be today that you just use your fingers and pull through. All right? I'm happy with that. If you want to move the head altogether to work the head, then be aware of moving it just on its rotation. Oh, obviously, people, you need to be moving the head. Okay. Would you like to move your own head now? Just see if you can rotate. No, you don't have to actually physically move your head. But would you like to rotate and see how far your head goes?
Not very far.
Okay, so some people have more rotation than others. And how about the flexion? Right. So let's just, shall we see where his head goes? And I think if we do nothing else today, I think people, we need to do this. Because you need to understand just how much movement is in somebody's head.
Did that feel uncomfortable, Robert?
It's nice.
When you receive it, it will make more sense. You'll be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so he's got all sorts of movement. Now I'm only going with what's come. You know how you feel when there's a resistance in movement. Okay, if there was resistance in any of this movement, I would be much more careful. There's no resistance in this movement.
Trust.
Okay, and he trusts me. So if he didn't trust me, if he wasn't able to move his neck this well, I wouldn't be doing it. That's why I didn't use you, Tammy. Okay? Okay?
Outside of resistance, is there anything else that if they haven't told you that they've got something, or like osteoporosis, what would you? Is there anything else along with resistance?
Yeah,
that
I've
would
already
make you
felt the tensions that he's got here. I can feel those with my fingers.
So would that stop? What would that stop you from doing? I'm trying to think that if they don't share with you verbally, but you feel something, what would that make you think? Right, okay, I've got to be careful about this, or is there anything?
I would just feel. I would just be sensitive to how much movement he's got. You feel how much tension there is in the neck. When I do this side-to-side movement, I'm going to know how well his vertebrae move. I'm going to feel that. If there's resistance, it won't go. So I've already checked that. I've already done some gentle rotation, and actually his neck just moves so beautifully. It's really
On the tension, where you found the tension, obviously we were doing knots on the back, where you found the tension here, are you applying a little bit of pressure through those?
where I'm
you're doing
in the same way as we did the compression stuff. So here, what you can't see what I can feel, but if you come a little close, you can feel that I go over some tight tissue there, right? So what I would do is the same thing. I'm going to just press in there.
But on a much lighter silicone.
Depends, yeah. You've felt the skeleton, right? How robust was that? So we're all scared of the neck because it seems such an open and vulnerable area. But make no mistake, it's a lot tougher than you think, right? Okay, and if there were any kind of contraindications, then I would have to be more careful. So I'm going to hold that area a little bit and see if that will ease off. And I might also use my thumb and just do some, but I'd also do that side stuff that we did, right? Then the occiput, just feel around your own occiput now. Just feel at the top of your neck where it joins the skull. And just feel up into there about how tender some of that is sometimes, right? This bit really needs help. And so you're going to use your fingertips up into that area. And I'm going to start close to the spine. So just do it on yourself while I do it. So start with your fingertips close to the spine, either side. Press in there. Just press. That's all I'm doing here. Okay? And then bring your fingertips or your thumbs a little further out and just press again. And a little further out and just press again. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Just like, it's so relieving. Okay? And I'm doing this so slowly on him that if I find something, which I just have, if I find an area, again it's on the right side, there's a lot more tension on the right side, I'm going to spend a little bit more time in there like we did with the compression before, spend a little bit more time just pressing in there and just allowing that to release.
Does some of that come from the dreaded foam?
Yeah,
So that would affect your neck as well,
lot of
as
that
your
kind of
shoulder.
stuff. Now you can also circle your fingers a little bit. Some of these areas under here are very tender. You've got a lot of acupressure points, so you know a lot of it gets a bit tender and congested. We can also turn the head to one side, and we can do a lot of one-sided effleurage. I would normally have one hand here and just use the other. The area we do want to avoid is this area here on the neck. It can be a little bit vulnerable. You've got nerves coming down here, blood supply. We just avoid that bit there. So we're going round in a triangle. Okay? Again, good body movement, right? And I haven't strained his neck there. I can stretch his neck. That's a whole different thing. Okay, with awareness, knowing that he moves very well. So you need to get used to being comfortable around the neck. I think one of the first things we're going to do is do a little bit of effleurage and a little bit of that side stuff. So you're coming in and you're feeling in. We'll do that. Yes. And then when you've got the hang of that, I think what we're going to do is get you moving the neck, don't you? Mm-hmm. So that you stop being afraid of the neck. Just look. You're also scared.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who here does have a neck problem? We know one, Tammy. Anybody else?
I don't have a neck.
Yes, you do.
Not that I'm aware of.
Something's going on in your neck, so people need to be careful with you. All right? Something's going on in yours too. That's
I've got
fine.
upper back tension, but I'm not aware of it.
Okay. So anybody with a neck issue, just make sure the person's working very gently on you, and we'll just go slowly.
Well, my therapist is doing so well at the moment.
Okay. Anything else I need to show at this stage?
Yeah, never this one.
But I want you to get familiar with the neck.